Hello and welcome to a new week and a new vlog. I decided for this week, because it's the last full week in July, I will read the rest of my TBR, which is this 3 books, and all 3 books are really chunky. So yeah, let's see if I can do it. The first book is The Final Empire by Sanderson. I already read 2 parts out of 5, so we will see. I will definitely continue this week, but I don't know if I can finish it because this takes a lot of time. The next book on the list is the German version of Allegiant, which is on my TBR for almost 15 years now. I will read it this week. I will start it today, and I will see if I know the things I need to know from book 1 and 2 at this point, because I don't remember everything. Much on my knowledge is based on the movies at this point, so we will see how this goes. And the last book is the 3rd book in the DeGrasse series by Stefanie Ross. It is about Rob the lawyer, and it is only available in German, so beware of that. But I'm really excited to continue the series because I really liked the 2nd book that I read in June, and that means I have 3 really chunky books for this week, and I did the math. And if I want to finish all 3 books this week, I need to read at least 200 pages or 204 pages every day. I have a lot to do, so I better start reading. It's Thursday now, so a little bit late for the first update in this video, but better now than never. And I can promise you it's getting chaotic in this blog because I am reading all 3 books I have left on my TBR at the same time. So let's start with The Final Empire. I have read the last days 160 pages, so part 3 of the book. Part 4 and 5 are left, and I really like this book so much, and I'm really invested in the story. I like the characters, and all my comments in detail you can read in my Discord channel for the Cosmic Universe. I will link it in the description. And yeah, so I will not tell you much about it here. And I have read the first half of Rob so far. I like it. It is something between 3 and 4 stars at the moment. It is not what I expected from the story, because I thought it was important that Rob is a lawyer and that the plot is something about that and some dangers with his job. But no, his job is totally unimportant for the plot, because in this book he makes a vacation in the Yosemite National Park and makes there a tour with a ranger, and the ranger is called Catherine, so called Cat. Cat and Rob make a tour in the Yosemite and they hear shots. That is the first hint of the suspense plot, and of course the chemistry between Rob and Cat is there from the first moment. And yeah, we have spicy parts in the book and a lot of banter between the two, but also we have a lot of action and some murders going on, because a really dangerous person escaped prison and is now hiding in the Yosemite, and he is planning a really big terrorist attack. And not just Rob, but the FBI and the Navy SEALs are behind that and try to find out more about the man that escaped prison. And so we have a lot going on, but not in a bad way. I really like this so much, but I like at this point book 2 a little bit more. So we will see what I think in the end. I will update you on that. And I have also started Allegiant. I have read 62 pages so far from 510. So not that much into the story, but I have a few days left. I like it so far. In the beginning it was a little bit difficult for me to find in the story, but that's totally on me. That had nothing to do with the book, because yeah, it is now 10 years on my TBR and I haven't reread book 1 and 2 of the trilogy. So yeah, I needed a few pages to find back in the story, but I'm in that now and can enjoy the progress and the developments that are made in the city after the big plot twist in the end of book 2. So we will see what I think about that in the next few days. And I thought, after I updated you on my current reads, we can do a big book haul, because I bought a few books this month that I haven't showed you yet. And I have them all here beside me, so I will show them to you. The first one is the German version of Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. The second book about Shannon and Johnny. I can't wait to read this in August. I waited so long for this book. And I was tempted to read it in English, but I got promised an ARC by the publisher, so I waited for that. And yeah, it's a really chunky book. It is almost 870 pages, so a lot to read, but I read the first book, Binding 13, with 800 pages in 2 days. So we will see how long I need for that. The next 2 books I got yesterday. No surprise, I hope. The Well of Ascension, the second book in the Mistborn series, and the third book in the Mistborn series, The Hero of Ages. I ordered them this week so I can continue the Mistborn books after I finished the Final Empire, hopefully this week, if not next week. So yeah, I want to continue the read with me and didn't want to take a break while I forgot to order it. So I bought that. Then we have a German book, Whispers by Ayla Dade. It is a new adult suspense book, and that is all I know at this point. I forgot the synopsis, but that is okay. I liked all her other books, and I really down for it to surprise me. The next book I bought because so many people love it. Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington. I hope for this book that it destroys my heart and that I will cry while reading. We will see. There are some things that are hinted in the synopsis that are, for me, that I read between the lines, very obvious. And I know my heart will break, so let's see. Hopefully I get it in August, but I can't promise that. The first book I got this month was Reckless by Lauren Roberts, the second book in the Powerless series. We will see how the story continues. I don't know at this point, I haven't read this yet, but hopefully I will read it soon, or not. I don't know if I want to read it yet or later, because the third book in the trilogy comes out next year, so a lot of waiting time, and I'm really sure this will end in a cliffhanger, and I don't know if I'm down for it and if I want that right now. So we will see when I read it. And the last book haul and the biggest book haul, or part of this book haul, are the books that came today. They are really heavy. There we have them. All the rest in the Zodiac Academy series that I missed at this point. I haven't read book 6 yet, but that is here. Also the Live and Let Lionel series. Not series. The Live and Let Lionel book, because I read 2 short stories of that so far, because they were in the suggested reading order by the authors at this point before book 6. And yeah, I wanted all of them. They are lying here. I take that. I wanted all of the books with the old covers, and I don't know how long they will be available, so I bought them now. So I have all books of the series in the same design, same height, same everything. I can now read them step by step. And yeah, that was the book haul part. a lot of books, so many that I can't hold them to you, but there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books and 2 ebooks that I got this month, but I have read the ebooks at that point for previous vlogs. The first one was Collided by Lauren Escher. I got via Kindle Unlimited, and I used my Kindle Unlimited subscription also for the casebook of Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, I will update you on Sherlock Holmes in a future vlog, not in this. And that was it from me at this point. I will now continue reading. I have the whole afternoon in front of me and I will use it for that. And I will update you if I made some progress in the books. Yesterday I had a very productive reading day and I finished Rob, the romantic suspense book. It was good, but I liked the second book more. It was, as I probably said in the last update, a lot going on in this book. The romance was a little bit wild when I see the timeline, because we have some point in the last third, I think, where Rob, our main character, think about that he loves her and that he wants a family with her and children, and that he would die for her. Very dramatically, but they are in a very dangerous situation, so okay. And in that moment I thought about, how long do you know each other? And yeah, 3 days. They know each other for 3 days, maybe 4, but I think it was 3 days. Yeah, that was a little bit wild, but that sometimes happen in romance stories. So yeah, a lot of action in this book. Kidnapping, killings, shootings. I have to Google a word because I don't know the English version of it. Let me check, because it's a big part of the story. Any second. Yeah, a lot of chasing. That is the main part of the story, that our main characters are being chased by the bad guys through the Yosemite National Park, and that they want to chase the bad guys to find their... Yeah, my English is going strong today. To find their hiding place. And yeah, that's the big part of the story, because they want to protect other people and want to and they want to impede more things, like a terrorist attack. So yeah, as I said, a lot going on, a lot of action, a lot of romance. We have spicy scenes, we have flirty scenes that made me smile, and I can't wait to read the fourth book in the series. The fourth book is a reread again about Dom or Dominic is a journalist, a special type of journalist. He is an investigative journalist. I didn't know the word, I had to Google it. And that brings a lot of potential. I didn't remember anything from the story, so I will be surprised by that. I won't read the synopsis because I like that I be surprised by the story. And after I finished this book yesterday, I continued Allegiant, and I was able to participate sprints by Gavin Reads It All, linked in the description, and I was able to read half of the book yesterday because of the sprints. By the way, I read over 350 pages yesterday because of sprints, because in the morning at work and that I sprinted in the Discord of Gavin for his Patreons, and then I sprinted on YouTube with him. So yeah, first of Allegiant is read. It is okay so far. I like it. I'm not fully hyped, but I haven't expected that because this book was now on my TBR for 10 years, and yeah, that says a lot. I was spoiled back then about the ending, and yeah, that took a lot of enjoyment from me at this time. So I want to finish the series now. We follow Tris 4 and some others from the Chicago experiment. After a big reveal that changed everything, and they are now in the world outside of Chicago, and yeah, things are not going strong. There are a lot of parallels between their life in Chicago and their life outside of Chicago, or the society, I should say. So yeah, I think we have the next rebellion now. And as I said, I already know something that's happening in the end, or that will happen in the end. But that's okay now, and I will continue today. Hopefully I will finish Allegiant and the Final Empire tomorrow, because I want to continue this today. But first I want to read now the fourth part of the Final Empire, which is 150 pages, so like that, and that will be left for tomorrow. And I hopefully will update you tomorrow morning what I have read today. and I will see you then. The week is over and it is now Monday. That means we can now finally answer the question if I have finished my TBR in this video. So, little drum roll. Yes, I finished all 3 books and I'm really proud of that. And I couldn't have done that without a lot of reading sprints in the Discord of Gavin Reads It All. So thank you to the people there. And yeah, I have read a lot. The first book I finished is Rob. I have already told you about that, so I can put it on the side for now. I have finished this yesterday at lunchtime, so around 12. I won't say much to that because there is a discussion channel on Discord, link in the description. I say that again. I really loved this book. It was my first Brandon Sanderson and definitely not my last, because I really loved it. I loved the plot, the character development, the plot twist, the characters itself. I was skeptical in the beginning before I started the book because it is chunky, it is written by a man. That can sometimes a little bit difficult for me because men write different than women, but I really loved that and can't wait to read book 2. But I have the feeling that this was only the beginning and that the challenge they had in this book, or the thing they want to accomplish, that was really hard and up here. And I think in the in the whole plot it is maybe here, and there are things coming and things will backfire. So we will see if I'm right about that. I will start book 2, The Well of Ascension, probably in the middle of August, when the read with me's for the Final Empire are all online. So we can read together, even if I was a little bit fast now because I wanted to finish it. But I wait for you, I promise. And I finished this book, Allegiant, yesterday in the evening. I read yesterday around 180 pages in this, and yeah, I knew how this book ends, and I wasn't surprised by that, but I loved that it ended like that, and that it ended different than other dystopias. Because of that, I won't tell you the plot twist, I promise. But yeah, I liked this book. It was okay. In a lot of ways, standard dystopia part 3. A lot of things that are happening in other dystopias like The Hunger Games or Maze Runner. There is a scheme that all of these books have, all the trilogies, and we are following that. There is a lot of conflict between the characters about things that are happening and things that happened before in books 1 and 2. And yeah, like in other dystopias, we have the experiment in the beginning, the small world they live in, a rebellion, and book 2 is another part in this small world, and the rebellion is happening. Things are getting more complicated, and book 3 is out of this world because it is all so much greater, and of course there's also a rebellion and things they have to find a solution for, to find a life that they can live in peace. And yeah, that is also happening in Allegiant. So that was that, and that means also that I have finished another series. I will come to that in the next final chapter video. So that was it from now. I hold them in the camera again, the books I finished this week, and yeah, I have read something aside from that, but I will show you that in another video. And for that, you can tell me in the comments if you have read some of these books and if you have liked them. I'm really interested in your opinion and would like to discuss the books. So like, comment, subscribe if you wanna, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!